Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. A brief introduction about myself. My name is Sai Krishna. I'm a huge fan of sports, mainly cricket and football. So and even wrestling. So you're going to be seeing a lot of content based on that on my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a long time, just that I just couldn't get to doing it because of whatever reasons. Uh, I have also previously worked as a content writer for Sportskeeda Wrestling, where I wrote a lot of articles on WWE. So I have a bit of journalistic experience as well. So yeah, mostly I'd be trying my best to put everything that I know together so that I can give you good content. So I just cannot wait for you guys to watch my videos and give me the feedback that you feel is right based on the content that I provide. So yeah, without wasting much time, let's proceed to the first video of my channel, and that is going to be IPL retentions of 2025 season. So here we go. Now, the first team that we are going to be talking about is Chennai Super Kings. Of course, we had to start with the big news, right? Chennai Super Kings, of course, my personal favorite team, and I'm a huge MS Dhoni fan as well. So there's going to be a bit bias. I hope you bear with me. No, maybe not too much bias, but yeah, the natural bias, whatever it comes along. So let's talk about the retentions. The first retention is the captain Ruturaj Gaikwad for 18 crores. Then the second one is Ravindra Jadeja for 18 crores. Then they have Mathisha Pathirana for 13, Shivam Dubey for 12 crores, and lastly, the man himself, MS Dhoni, as an uncapped player at that for 4 crores. So I think they've done a pretty good job with the players that they had. I think 18 crores and like for Gaikwad and Jadeja, I feel that's a bit higher than what they would have gotten them if they were in the auction. Same goes for Shivam Dubey, who was bought in for 12 crores. But yeah, I think overall they could not have just bargained everybody on the RTM card, because you never know how the auctions can turn out. So I think it's a good decision. They have done some good retentions. Gaikwad, especially with the bat, was brilliant for them the last few seasons. I think he can continue the same. And what we have seen is the weight of the captaincy doesn't burden him as much as it did to Jadeja a couple of years ago. I think because Gaikwad has that sensible, calm head above his shoulders, which he has already displayed in the domestic competitions. So I think he's a good leader that CSK can make sure to have around for the next few years. So that's a good retention. Jadeja, of course, we all know the brilliant player that he can be. Certainly, the last few seasons haven't been great with the bat for him, but with the ball, he has been good. I mean, that's what CSK would be hoping for, to contribute, to get contributions from him with both the bat and the ball in the upcoming season. Of course, who can ever forget the 2023 finish that he did? That was quite magnificent night. So, apart from that, Shivam Dubey, I think Indian all-rounder. I would say he's not quite an all-rounder as like people would expect him to be on the bowling side, because we have seen that Shivam Dubey tends to go for a lot of runs. So maybe as a middle order enforcer, an Indian batter at that who can bash spin at will, I think he's a good retention. And Mathisha Pathirana, of course, I mean, I wouldn't go to the length of comparing him to Lasit Malinga. Of course, the action and all, the similarity is there, but of course, he has a long, long way to go before he can be, you know, he cannot be compared to the legend himself, but at least if he has to be in that conversation, then he has a long way to go to achieve that. So yeah, again, another good retention. And MS Dhoni, of course, how much ever you can talk about the man, that would be less. Uh, I mean, brilliant vibe, I would say, in the CSK dressing room is due to him, and he has been the man behind the 5 titles. And I think he can add a few more before he finally decides to hang up his boots. So again, that's a great retention. He's the brand of CSK, so the heart and soul of CSK basically. So they had to retain him. So yeah, let's just wait and watch for how long we get to enjoy MS Dhoni. Maybe for a few more seasons, who knows? So yeah. So moving on to the next team, they are the five-time champions of the IPL, Mumbai Indians. I think for Mumbai Indians, the first thing that I would like to talk about is Jasprit Bumrah. The fact that they have preferred Jasprit Bumrah to be the first retention, I think that's a big win in my mind, because Jasprit Bumrah is the greatest bowler of his generation for sure, and that is by miles. Perhaps even one of the greatest of all time as well. So, him getting the recognition that he deserves, that he had earned in the previous years but wasn't given, but this time he was given that. So that is something that I'm really really happy about. Like we have seen players like Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, earning like on upwards of 22, 23 crores, maybe 25 crores even, but Bumrah earning a less amount was something that I could never fathom. I always wished that somehow Bumrah would come into the auction and get the recognition that he deserves. Yeah, I'm finally happy that Mumbai made him their first retention. Still, I feel maybe 20 crores is what he should have gotten, but no complaints. At least he's the first retention. So that's the respect that he should get, and that's what he got. So I'm happy about that. Apart from that, the other good thing that the Mumbai Indians did is, of course, last season we all know about the controversy behind the scenes. They brought in Hardik Pandya. We heard the rumors, read the stories about the dressing room not being happy, Sky having aspirations about the captaincy, Bumrah having aspirations about captaincy. Rohit Sharma at that point of time was Team India's T20I captain as well, but he was playing under Hardik Pandya. So all of it was quite a mess. I think they did uh, they did manage to get that all sorted out professionally behind the scenes, which is something that I expected them to do. But kudos to them to achieving that. And the wise decision that they took was to distribute the amounts between Surya, Hardik, and Rohit Sharma like equally. Surya and Hardik has 16.35, and Rohit Sharma is going to receive 16.3 crores. So that was quite a brilliant strategy, I would say, from the Mumbai Indians. Again, the five-time champions, they are going to come strong this season. The last 4 years, they haven't had a trophy, but they are one franchise who knows how to turn things around and achieve success. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to them building a strong squad once again, and being back the dominant force that they are in this tournament. The fifth retention that the Mumbai Indians had was Tilak Verma for 8 crores. I would say this is a steal deal. If Tilak Verma were there in the auction, he would at least go for maybe 10, 12 crores. I believe maybe I have a personal bias for Tilak Verma, because he's an Indian middle order batsman plus a left-hander who has the ability to go in both the gears. Like he can bat in a tough situation, hold on to his wicket, take you to that respectable 170, 160 kind of scores on a tricky surface, and on a 250 kind of a wicket, he could hit from ball one and get you a 70 of 30. So he has that ability for which I rate him so highly. So I think that's a great retention which Mumbai Indians have done. Of course, they also have one RTM card which they can use on anybody. I believe they will be using it on Ishan Kishan, because they still do need that opening and a wicket keeper batsman. If they get an Indian, I think that's going to solidify them as one of the best batting units going around. So I think that's something that they would target. They also have the option to go for Tim David, or they could also go for Nehal Vadera, Naman Dheer, maybe even Akash Madwal. They have plenty of options to go for. I think they would take that decision based on how the auction is going, and definitely they are going to be one of the contenders in the upcoming edition of the IPL. More we will know about how their team is going to line up based on the auction that they have. So now moving on, we will move to the defending champions, which is the Kolkata Knight Riders. Now, the biggest shocking news coming from this franchise is the release of Shreyas Iyer. I kind of thought that they could retain him, but again, I completely understand where they're coming from. Their retentions, let me just read through out their retentions first. and then we'll go into detail about each of them. So starting with the first retention, Rinku Singh for 13 crores. Again, as I talked about Bumrah earlier, Rinku Singh is another retention, and Rinku Singh for 13 crores. This is the key word for me. This is something that I was very happy when I read it, because Rinku Singh has been earning what 50, 60 lakhs in the previous seasons for KKR. I think we all know by now that Rinku Singh is a player who deserves much more than that, and I think they rightfully recognized him, and they gave him that first retention for 13 crores, which I'm very very happy about, and I think I cannot wait for Rinku to justify that price tag to everybody in the upcoming season of the IPL. I wish him all the best. Apart from that, the other retentions include Varun Chakravarti for 12 crores, Sunil Narayan for 12 crores, Andre Russell for 12 crores. I think all these three are match winners, and I think they have been the cornerstones. Sunil Narayan and Andre Russell especially have been the cornerstones of KKR's success throughout the years. So they have been a crucial part, and it's good that they have retained. But I think the question would be for how long these guys can play. They are not getting any younger by the day, so we'll see. But they are still quite impactful. At least for 2 more seasons, I can see them doing well for KKR. So good retentions. Apart from that, they have retained Harshit Rana and Ramandeep Singh, each for a sum of 4 crores. So the tricky part here is, although KKR have retained everybody for like 57 crores, they from their purse they're still going to be down by 79 crores, same as the Mumbai Indians. I think this is something. This amount is something that they take back in terms of the PNL for the franchisees, but in terms of auction, from the 120 crore purse that everybody had, KKR is going to lose the same amount as of course Mumbai Indians will lose only 75 because they haven't retained that uncapped player, but in case of KKR, they are going to be losing the full amount, which would be 79 crores, which will leave them around let's say 41 crores for the auction. I think that's going to be tough for them to build a team with just 41 crores. But the good thing that KKR has done is, with their retentions, they have covered, let's say, like 16 overs of bowling, because they have Varun Chakravarti, they have Sunil Narayan who is going to bowl 4 overs each, then they've got Harshit Rana who will bowl 4 overs, Andre Russell on and off, he's going to bowl that 2 to 4 over mark. So you can say that they have secured at least a minimum of 14 overs, maybe even 16 overs, depending on the day of how Russell goes. And also Ramandeep, not to forget, he's also someone who can bowl. So I think they've covered mostly on the bowling side. They do need a couple of pacers, which they are going to be eyeing about in the auction. And the thing is, they need to build up their batting order. As of now, I could see like only 3 batters: Rinku Singh, Andre Russell, and Ramandeep Singh. No disrespect to Narayan, but I'm not sure if you could get that kind of brilliance from him every season. I mean, you could still get it, but it's not fair to expect him to score 500 every season. So, yeah, that's that for KKR. Now coming to the other finalists, which was the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the first retention that they had was Heinrich Klaasen for 23 crores. I think this was quite a surprise. Not that Klaasen was retained was a surprise, but the amount which for which he was being retained was a surprise. I wouldn't say that it's a wrong price for him. Maybe it's slightly overpriced, but I think 18 to 20 crores is the margin which Klaasen would have definitely received at the auction had he gone onto the auction pool, because of 2 primary reasons. One, he is a wicket keeper who can bat in the middle order, and the second is his ability to play spin. We haven't seen a lot of overseas players do very well against quality spin, but in case of Klaasen, we have been seeing it way back since 2017, when back when India toured South Africa. Our wrist spinners Yuzi Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav made the South African batters dance to their tunes, with the exception of Heinrich Klaasen. Klaasen was solid back then, and he is solid even now. So I think he's going to be quite critical for the success of Hyderabad, and it's a good retention. And the second retention is Travis Head. Of course, I wouldn't want to speak too much about Travis Head because whenever I see Travis Head, the memories of 2023 final, even the WTC final, they play in my mind. We all know how destructive he can be, and the last season, the way he and Abhishek Sharma were batting, it almost felt like we would see a 300. Maybe IPL 2025 is the time when we finally get to see that 300. So of course, no brainer that retention. Then the other retention is Abhishek Sharma for 14 crores. Again, a good retention. You have to back your Indian talent, and especially the way that Abhishek batted last season, he was quite superb. And yeah, you need to back that kind of a talent. Alongside those retentions, you have the retention of Pat Cummins, who is the captain. He led his side brilliantly last season, took them to the final. Unfortunately, fell short of what was quite a good KKR team. Like they were solid on all fronts, so it was a one-sided final. But I think it did not truly reflect the way SRH played last season. So I think they are going to be wounded from that loss, and they are going to charge again this season. So really looking forward to them to see how they line up as well. And the other retention for them was Nitish Reddy for 6 crores. It was an absolute steal because there is no way Nitish Reddy goes into the auction and does not fetch at least maybe 12 crores. So I think that's a bargain that they got. I think Nitish Reddy will be awarded for this in the upcoming seasons. But yeah, for now, SRH have just played it on, I would say. Because Nitish Reddy is like one of the commodities which is the rarest of the rare. A batsman who is destructive in the middle order, an Indian batsman at that, and who can bowl seam up. I think apart from Hardik Pandya, there is no other guy who could do this apart from Nitish Reddy. So that goes to show you how sought after he would have been had he come to the auction. But again, I think great retention by SRH, and I think it should be a good decision for Nitish Reddy if he gets the rewards that he's hoping for in the upcoming future. So moving on to another big franchise, which is RCB, Royal Challengers Bangalore. Birdies have been telling us that Virat Kohli could be the captain for RCB in the upcoming season, although no official confirmations have been received yet. I think fans would be eagerly hoping for him to take the baton again. Now, what about the retentions? Of course, Virat Kohli for 21 crores, no brainer there. Then they have Rajat Patidar, who was absolutely magnificent in the previous seasons. We talked about Heinrich Klaasen being a very good player of spin who could thrash spin. I think Rajat Patidar falls into that category as well. So he's also going to be brilliant, and yeah, that's a great retention from their side. And Yash Dayal for 5 crores is also a good retention. He was good in Bangalore as well in the last few seasons, in the last season rather. So that's a good retention for them. Now the players that they have let go of, Cameron Green due to an injury, then they have lost Will Jacks, they have let go of Faf du Plessis. I think they will buy a few players using their RTM. Since they have retained only 3 players, they have 3 RTMs at play. So I think one of them is definitely going to be on Will Jacks, because if you remember last season, they went on a winning streak. But I think during that winning streak, the innings that Will Jacks played against Gujarat Titans in the first fixture that they had together, basically when he smashed Rashid Khan for plenty of sixes in a single over. So that was the one knock that gave them the momentum, which on which they rode through till the end of season. So I think that's something due to which they are going to retain Will Jacks. Very explosive player, he can bowl as well, and I think they are going to be eyeing on players like maybe Shreyas Iyer if Virat Kohli is not going to be captaining them. But if Virat Kohli decides to captain, then they can go for maybe KL Rahul or somebody of that sort, and they can fill in their team rather in the auction. So that's all about RCB. I think maybe this is the season that they have been waiting for since so long. simply because they've got a lot of money in their purse. If they play their cards right, they could have a great auction and a great team, as a result of which they could lift the trophy maybe in 2025. So, moving on, the next team that we are going to be talking about is Rajasthan Royals. So, a few shockers here as well. Firstly, they have let go of Josh Butler, who has been one of the cornerstones for RR in their success in the last few seasons. I think it was quite surprising to see them let go of Butler, but I think their thought process was to invest more on the Indian core and then maybe buy back Josh Butler, because the players like Josh Butler, I think they are very rare in terms of quality, but in terms of skill wise, basically who can bat and keep an explosive batter, you have other guys like Phil Salt, you have Jake Fraser McGurk, then you have plenty of other overseas options, amongst which you can buy anybody, maybe even Johnny Bairstow. So anybody you could buy. So because of those options, I think they let go of Butler. Will that be a good decision? I don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait for the season to go and then we'll see what happens. I think Butler could smash, and Rajasthan might regret this decision. But again, they did the best they could with the things that they had. So coming to the retentions, Sanju Samson for 18 crores, Yashasvi Jaiswal for 18 crores, both quality retentions, no questions asked. Rian Parag and Dhruv Jurel for 14 crores each. Now these are the two retentions where I feel that they slightly overpaid, but these two are Indian players and they're quite young and very talented. Do they have the ability to become like Jaiswal and provide that match winning impact? Yes, they do. So I think Rajasthan are very hopeful, and that's why they have invested in these players. Let's just hope they come good and they get their money's worth. Apart from this, they have retained Shimron Hetmeyer. He has been one of the best finishers in the IPL in the last few years. I think he has gone under the radar quite a bit. Uh, I wouldn't put him in the category of, let's say, a Kyron Pollard or an MS Dhoni kind of a finisher, because those guys have been doing it for quite a long time. They've done for decades. So I wouldn't put him in that category, but he is slowly getting there, is something that I want to say, because he has finished plenty of matches for RR. So yeah, he's somebody to watch out for, and it's a good retention. And Sandeep Sharma, I think the turnaround that we've seen from Sandeep Sharma in the last 1 or 2 seasons was simply unbelievable. He turned out to be, initially he used to be a swing bowler and was only good with the new ball. Anytime apart from the new ball, he used to get hit whenever he used to bowl. So he has turned it around, and last season he was quite brilliant at the death as well. So again, it's a quality retention for just 4 crores. It's a bargain, I would say, for Rajasthan Royals. Again, the challenge for Rajasthan Royals, much like the Kolkata Knight Riders, is that they have got 79 crores deducted from their purse of 120 crores. So they have only 41 crores to go with, uh, and it's going to be a challenge to build a team, build a good team with that. Because keep in mind, it's not just a team of 11 players that you have to build. You have to build a minimum of 18 to get that limit. Basically, to get the minimum limit to register your squad. So they have to purchase 12 more players, and considering you are going to purchase at least 12 more quality players, it's something that that they have to manage in the auction. They have to be quite smart about it. Yeah, so let's see how they go. That's all about the Rajasthan Royals. Now, moving forward to the Punjab Kings. I think I'm quite disappointed looking at the retentions from Punjab Kings. I think you should not let go of the locally grown players that you have. Like for example, Arshdeep Singh. If you look at the Rajasthan Royals retentions, they retained Rian Parag, they retained Dhruv Jurel, because they were the finds of Rajasthan Royals, and I expected something like that from Punjab as well. I know 18 crores for Arshdeep Singh sounds too much, and they could buy him back through RTM, but again, you have to build that culture where you have to reward your homegrown talent. You have to invest in them. You have to give them that respect. That's the only way you can build that player to franchise connection. Otherwise, in every mega auction, if you keep releasing all of your players, then it's very difficult to build that loyalty to the franchise. And what we have seen is over the years, not just in cricket, even in football, the teams that have the best culture are generally the ones which succeed. So I think that's where Punjab Kings have disappointed me. Nonetheless, they have retained Shashank Singh and Prabhsimran Singh for a total of 9.5 crores, and they're going to be walking into the auction with a whopping 110 crores. So I think Punjab, uh, they disappointed with this by not retaining Arshdeep, but they have a lot of money in their budget. I think they should use it wisely, and they have the ability to build a very strong squad, because there are a lot of players, there are a lot of quality players that are going to be in the auction, and the other teams simply don't have the budget to fight against Punjab. So they can get anybody they want, quite literally. So they have to be smart about it, is what I would say. Again, Kings 11 Punjab, if I have to rate the retentions, I would just rate it a 1 out of 5. But again, auction is the key for them, because they are looking to build a new team basically from scratch. So yeah, that's all about Kings. That's all about Punjab Kings. Now we are going to be talking about the Lucknow Super Giants. Now Lucknow Super Giants have retained Nicholas Puran as their first retention, 21 crores. Then they have retained Ravi Bishnoi for 11 crores, Mayank Yadav for 11 crores, Mohsin Khan for 4 crores, and Ayush Badoni for 4 crores. I would say this is quite a balanced retention. Nicky P, I think he would be coming in as the captain, or not sure if they are going to look at Shreyas Iyer as a captain, since they have let go of KL Rahul. So we never know what's going to happen there. But again, they have one RTM, which I'm not sure who they can use on. Maybe a Marcus Stoinis, because Stoinis was quite brilliant for them over the years. Uh, but yeah, that's something we have to see, wait and watch. Um, so I think they have a quite decent squad that they have retained. Three good bowlers: Ravi Bishnoi, Mayank Yadav, Mohsin Khan. Again, Indians, so that is something which will help them. Ayush Badoni also have been plenty have been pretty good for them. So that's also a good attention. I think not much to say about LSG. They still need to buy a lot. I think they have got a lot of legwork to do, I would say, and they have quite a decent purse compared to maybe a Chennai Super Kings, or maybe a Mumbai Indians or somebody. But yeah, they have a lot of work to do in the auction, and they have to look at players like maybe Rishabh Pant or Shreyas Iyer. But how many of them they can get is something that also depends on the timing in the auction, because their main competitors would be Punjab Kings and RCB, because they've got a lot of money in their budget, and they're going to make it a hard time for everybody else. So yeah, that's that about Lucknow Super Giants. We talked about KKR. Now we are going to be moving to Gujarat Titans. Now Gujarat Titans, they have done quite interestingly in the retention part. I think not retaining Mohammad Shami is something which is, I would say, understandable, but I still thought that maybe they could have retained him. I know he's suffering an injury at this moment, and he's still recovering, not close to fit, but I think Mohammad Shami is somebody that deserves a retention spot. Unfortunately, he could not get it. And just I'll read out the retentions for Gujarat Titans. So Rashid Khan for 18 crores, Shubman Gill for 16.5 crores, Sai Sudarshan for 8.5, Rahul Tewatia and Shah Rukh Khan for 4 crores each. So yeah, these are the retentions. I feel Shami should have been there, but unfortunately he is not. So talking about the players that they actually retained, Shah Rukh Khan, Rahul Tewatia, absolutely steal deals for 4 crores each. Definitely they were going to get a lot more if they had featured in the auction. Sai Sudarshan again for 8.5 crores. I think that's a good retention. We have seen Sai Sudarshan score a century even in the last season, and he was quite good, so he deserved that spot. Shubman Gill, their captain, and he's somebody that they have invested heavily in, so he's going to be their face in the future. Good retention again. And again, I would like to say that Shubman Gill has done a very good job here by taking the second retention and letting Rashid Khan take the first retention. I think this shows a lot of maturity in him as a captain, looking for the best for his side. It's a good sign, I would say, for the Gujarat Titans. And again, Rashid Khan, we all know, just like Jasprit Bumrah, Rashid Khan is somebody who has to be your first retention because he's that good. He gives you four quality overs with the ball, and on top of that, he's an exceptional fielder and somebody who can win you games with the bat as well. I think Mumbai Indians have faced his wrath once in the past, so they would know. So yeah, again, looking forward to how Gujarat Titans line up in the future. So they could go for a Rishabh Pant maybe, since Delhi Capitals have already released him. Uh, I know it's a spoiler, we haven't reached to Delhi Capitals, but yeah, it's not a spoiler anymore because it's already out there in the news. So Rishabh Pant is somebody that could join Gujarat Titans, but I don't see it happening because from what I heard about the rumors is that Rishabh Pant was looking for captaincy, and I think in Delhi Capitals you had this two companies, the GMR and JSW. I think they had some internal issues. One of them was not favoring Rishabh Pant as a captain, so yeah, whatever could be the reason. So they have let go of Rishabh Pant, and I don't see Rishabh Pant. I mean, he could feature in Gujarat Titans, but I don't see him here because because Gujarat Titans have already named their captain Shubman Gill, and the other being I don't think they have the prize pool to compete with uh, guys like let's say RCB or maybe even the Kings 11 Punjab for that matter, the Punjab Kings rather. So so that's that. I think the one RTM that Gujarat Titans have that will be used on David Miller. I think it's absolute no-brainer that they have to use it on David Miller. I know he's getting older by the day, but he still has a few more seasons left. So I think they have to retain him for sure. Because again, much like Heinrich Klaassen, David Miller is a middle order batter, overseas middle order batter who could give you that quick impact that you are looking for in terms of finishing the games. So no brainer for me that they will use the retention on RTM on David Miller. So moving on to the final team of the day, which is the Delhi Capitals. Again, Delhi Capitals, I don't know what you guys are doing. Much like the Punjab Kings, the retentions, I mean, they make sense, the players that they have retained, but the players that they have let go is something which I can never wrap my head around. I think this has been the feature that we have seen from Punjab Kings and Delhi Capitals from the last, whatever season you name. Um, I think the internal issues between JSW and GMR could whatever be uh, they are, but in terms of cricketing logic, you do not let go of players like Rishabh Pant who can create that impact. I know he has done mostly in red ball. He has done that mostly in red ball, but he's a great cricketer, man. You just cannot, just leave out players like him who can create impact. Again, they have lost their captain. It's going to be hard time for them looking around for a captain. I don't think they are going to be investing on Rishabh Pant because since they have already let him go, I don't think that makes sense. Shreyas Iyer is somebody that they could invest, but again, if you just go back to a few years earlier, they released Shreyas Iyer and they invested in Rishabh Pant because they wanted him to be the captain. So I don't think they can purchase Shreyas Iyer either. So that leaves only one guy who is coming into the auction, who is a captaincy option, which is KL Rahul. Uh, Again, if you have seen the social media, RCB is one team that has been eagerly waiting for KL Rahul. So I think it's going to be a bidding war between Delhi Capitals and RCB. Should Delhi look for KL Rahul as their captain? So that's that. Again, the retentions. Akshat Patel for 16.5 crores. Good job, brilliant retention. Kuldeep Yadav 13.25, slightly on the higher side, but again, Indian bowler you have to retain. Tristan Stubbs for 10 crores, good retention. Last season he was absolutely brilliant with the bat in the middle order, even against spin. So Klassen, Miller, Stubbs, you put him in that category. Then Abhishek Porel for 4 crores. Again, Abhishek Porel is also somebody who was very impressive last season. For 4 crores, he's a steal deal. He also keeps wickets, so that sorts out one of your problems. Uh, Again, they have got two RTMs. Will be interesting on whom they use it on. Jake Fraser McGurk is somebody that I see coming back to Delhi, but remember Jack Fraser McGurk is somebody um, who is a favorite of Ricky Ponting, who is now the coach for Punjab Kings. And there are very few teams who have the purse to compete with Punjab Kings, and certainly Delhi Capitals doesn't seem like one of them. But we'll see. Since they have got that RTM card, it's going to be competitive, maybe. Yeah. So that's all about all the retentions. If I have to quickly rate the retentions, maybe we could start with CSK. For CSK, I would say they've done a decent job, so 4 out of 5. For Delhi Capitals, a 2 out of 5. For Gujarat Titans, a 3 out of 5. KKR 5 on 5, but again, the problem is they're going to lose a lot of money, 69 crores at that. With 51 crores, it's going to be difficult for them to make a good team. But nonetheless, we are here to rate the retentions, so it's a 5 on 5 for me. Now, moving on to LSG, it's maybe 3.5 out of 5. Uh, you've got Mumbai 5 out of 5, Punjab Kings a 1 out of 5, sadly, Rajasthan Royals 3 out of 5, RCB 3 out of 5, SRH a 4 out of 5. So that's all with regards to this video. I'm looking forward to catch you up with the next one. Again, I'm really looking forward to getting your comments on this video with regards to whatever content you are expecting from me. It's a new beginning for me, so I'd like to take your comments and work on the feedback, whatever you think is right. So that's that. Thank you for watching this video. If you are here, please like, comment and share. Do whatever you feel like based on the content. So that's all. See you later. Ciao.